why the Assad regime fell so fast now.
Well, there are a lot of people out there telling various stories about it. You've spent time in the Middle East, so have I. You know the lay of the land. You can, as the Israelis have discovered, as we've discovered, buy off large numbers of people if you're smart and you're patient and you know who to talk to. You know, this should not come as a big surprise. So I'm sure that large numbers of officers and probably senior NCOs and soldiers were purchased right there at the beginning or in the months leading up to it. So that's not surprising. The second thing is we've practically destroyed Syria. The only income producing capability on Syrian soil is up in the area that the Kurds control and that we occupy, the oil fields. And that oil has been sold on the black market and spirited down to Israel. And the Kurds have benefited enormously from that because they want to build their own independent state. And that's not lost on anybody that knows the region right now. And that's another issue we should address in the future. So I don't think we should be very surprised by it. Obama was the architect. I don't want to say he was the architect, but this all began under him. And the whole process of repurposing the Al-Qaeda, ISIS terrorists, reforming them, rebranding them, and representing them in a new form that could be useful to the West, to Europe and the United States is what's happened. Now, I think we're going to be surprised about the long-term consequences. Remember, ISIS was also something that was dear and near to the heart of President Erdogan in Turkey until suddenly ISIS began to turn on them and on others in the region. And he's a useful tool right now to us, more specifically to President Erdogan. He was turned, if you will, with what? Cash, promises of power and influence. I mean, this is a man who led a group of people that just a couple of years ago were selling women on the streets of towns in Syria for $10 a piece. This is someone who has been active in the beheadings, the mass rapes, the mass murder of anybody that he and his band of Islamist thugs didn't care for. These are the people that, you know, most Americans would be repelled by if they looked at it very closely. But they turned out to be useful to us. My point is, I don't think anything's changed in his mind. And I think now he's very focused once again on the things he was focused previously on. And that is going back into Iraq. And we need to understand that. Once they've gained control of most of Syria, then it will be northern Iraq. And they're already moving in those directions. And I think the Iraqis know that. This is a major war developing. Now, how far will he get?